Academy Inspector Training. Here we are in Union City, New Jersey, doing fire escape inspector training. If you look at this one, a couple things to note: to pass inspection, must be structurally sound, must be kept painted. And we're here on Central Avenue, corner of Central. And must be kept painted, must be structurally sound. So more rust than paint, or more paint than rust? When you look up this fire escape, it's got more rust than paint. So there's your first violation. It's the only one you need to write. And you write repair, paint, test. Never write scrape and paint, because they will just scrape and paint this fire escape. But let's say they knew this building looks like a troubled building. It's got all kinds of notices, unsafe structure notices, and all kinds of things here. So let's say that this was something that the owner knew you were coming, so they come here and they just give it a quick paint job so that makes it look like that nice black fire escape next door. Well, the biggest problem you're going to have is, how do you find the next violation on it that's truly the worst part of it, which is the structural. And if you look up on this fire escape, you can see all kinds of original hardware. That's the first thing you always got to look for on any fire escape that claims to have been refurbished or repaired, is original hardware. And when you look up, you see nothing but original square head bolts. You look on the connections, no evidence of any hex head bolts on the supports, the major structural supports that hold this thing up in the air. You've got treads that have already fallen by themselves. And if you look at all the treads, you can see a huge bump of rust. Just on the first set of staircases, I see 3 treads that have gone and dropped by themselves. So there's a life safety issue on this particular building. I'm sure everybody's aware. It looks like an abandoned building. And the fire escape is got other structural issues, such as this into the wall. You can see holes into the wall, so the cement is not done. You can see big holes into the wall, so that's another structural. So again, you would write the violation: repair, paint, test. The word repair is going to force them to get a professional evaluation by a structural engineer. Paint means you're going to have to scrape it and paint it after it's been repaired. Silicone shut all the connections. Test is depending on the condition of the fire escape. It's going to require a load test. Unless it comes back refurbished in good to excellent condition, then it's the call of the fire marshal whether he wants the additional expense of a load test. But if the work was done to it is brought back, signed off by a structural engineer, say this fire escape is in good to excellent condition, sealed from the weather, fully painted, they may forego the load test. But again, that's the call of the fire marshal. If you have any questions, give me a call here at Fire Escape Inspectional Services. 866-649-0333. We can tell you and fill you in with more information about this particular fire escape. While we're here, we're going to go over to this next fire escape here and show you what a new fire escape looks like if it gets replaced, and some of the issues. Here's a nice black fire escape. It's only about 5 to 10 years old. As you can see, all new construction, new rails, new ladder, new supports. A couple things to note whenever you replace a fire escape and it's an all welded fire escape. Be careful that if they don't seal some of these joints on where the welds are on the supports, water gets in there and it's going to rust those out. So 98% of all the fire escapes in the United States are bolted connection fire escapes, because when it heats up and it cools down, these things move around a little bit. So you got to put a bolt on some of these, and if not, you got to seal these up with 50-year silicone so that all the joint areas where water is, rust can't get in there. But here's a brand new fire escape that replaced what was a fire escape that looked just like that one. So they do replace fire escapes, they do refurbish fire escapes, and this fire escape has been replaced. Again, the fire marshal will decide whether or not it needs to be load tested, but this fire escape is only 5 to 10 years old. Any questions, give us a call here, Fire Escape Engineers, at 866-649-0333.